Hey family, hey, welcome back to another episode here at Rooted Vines. We got something special to talk about. I told you I was going to start talking more about tea and herbs, and I know in December it's going to be a huge topic. That's what we're going to really dive into, and it may interweave with some inner alchemy stories because you know how I am. It's all about looking within. So get in here, grab your favorite tea, have a seat, and let's have a conversation, okay? And if you just scrolled by and saw this video and decided to click, number one, thank you. I appreciate you. And I hope you watch to the end. But I need all of y'all to hit the like, share, and subscribe button for your sister here, okay? And for those of you who do not know me, I am Mayaka Anderson. I almost forgot my name. Mayaka Anderson, the co-founder of Rooted Vines, where we offer herbal teas for your mind, your body, and your spirit so you can communicate, reconnect with yourself, and live a more balanced and harmonious life. All right, y'all, let's get into it. We're talking about the longevity of teas, the specialty of teas. Okay, so I'm not sure if you are a big tea drinker. I'm not sure if you know a lot about teas, but we're going to get into it, and I'm going to give you a little history lesson about teas. Teas, herbal teas, all of it is going to go together. So please come on and join me, because I got my tea here. Ooh, mint tea in the morning. Look, y'all. All right. Check. I put on the lipstick, but I didn't do the long stain because it just stayed too long, y'all. If you know a good product to take like that long lasting lipstick off, please drop in the comments and help your sister out. Okay. All right. So let's get on with it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about teas. We're embarking on a journey across continents to explore a simple yet profound practice that has stood the test of time. Okay, and it's tea, the most drank beverage on this here planet we call Earth. From the bustling streets of London to the landscapes of Asia and the vibrant communities of Africa, tea isn't just a beverage. And I say this to people all the time because I don't think y'all really understand. It's truly a way of life. It reflects how we live our life, the process of making tea, right? And finding time for ourselves. Oh, honey, hold on, my dog. Y'all, I'm back. My dog won't let me be great, y'all. She just won't do it. Okay. So it's a way of life. Let's get back on track. Tea is just a way of life. And guess what? These tea loving cultures often enjoy longer and healthier lives compared to those over here in the West, right? So let's talk about why that is. So, in many parts of the world, tea is more than just a drink. I'm going to be saying this a lot, okay? So, just get used to it, okay? It's a daily ritual intertwined with culture and with health. So, this is something that is just a way of life. For instance, in Britain, the average person consumes about 1.94 kilograms of tea annually, making it a staple of life. That means that they are constantly having tea time, making tea, sitting with themselves. Maybe they have some company, maybe it's a good book, whatever it is, that's a staple in their life. And in China, tea is deeply rooted in traditional Chinese medicine. So they use it as a medicine. Why we don't do that here in the Western society? We know that money, that green, that greed, okay? But herbs, tea, it really does help heal the mind, the body, and also the spirit. So it's a holistic way of looking at health and healing an individual. And I think that Western society should be more inclined to do that. Hopefully, I'll do a video on why that is not happening and how the world was at one point. Well, the Western society at one point was holistic, but it wasn't a money making venture, right? So we got to have these pills out here that's not curing anything but masking the problem and then introducing new problems, right? That's neither here nor there because we're not talking about that today. But one day I will talk about that. Okay. So they use it in Chinese medicine where it's used to balance the body's energies and promote overall wellness. So they understand the yin and the yang. They understand the frequency and the energy of the body and that of nature where it balances you out, right? In Africa, countries like Morocco have rich traditions with green tea being a central part of social gatherings and daily routines. I don't know. In one of my videos, I talked about when I had mint tea. I went to a Moroccan restaurant and they had mint tea at the end of the dinner as a dessert tea, and it was so good. It was so refreshing. It was almost, it's a tea, but it gave you that refreshing feeling like if you had drank nice cucumber water. It was like that, but it was so much more than that, right? And then they had the beautiful teapot and the small little glasses, and they had the handle way up high, and he's hitting the teacup. It was just a nice little ceremony to end um the dinner, right? So studies have shown that habitual tea consumption is associated with longer and a healthier life. Look, anything can happen to us, but if you prepare yourself in your body and you're thinking that, yeah, I'm going to live a long, healthy life and I want to be healthy, tea is definitely the way to go. It is your companion in your health journey walk. Research indicates that 50-year-old individuals who drink tea just live a healthier life. Um, and it helps with lowering your chances of getting coronary heart disease and strokes by at least almost 2 years, and to live almost 2 years longer. I know you think that's not a lot, but that is a lot. And when you look at these other countries, they have people who are living what, 90, 100, 110. And not only are they living, but they are still functioning. They're out in their gardens, they're walking every morning, so it gives you a lot to think about when you think about longevity, health, and then you compare Western to the Eastern society, right? Um, so and we're comparing these extra years, and we're comparing these lesser risk of heart disease to those who don't drink tea at all. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. Now, so let's go ahead and talk about the cluttered medicine, the approach to Western society and how they be doing us over here, okay? Because we supposed to be the number one country, but we can't even get proper health care. And nobody, you go to the doctor, they don't talk to you about your mind. They don't talk to you about your spirit. They don't talk to you about what's going on in your life that may be causing some of the problems that you're having with your body. Because let me tell you, stress kills. A lot of times between mucus and stress, a lot of these diseases are popping up, okay? And so they don't talk about that. And to their defense, they're not taught that. And that's on purpose. This is done on purpose. So when we talk about health here in the West, health issues that arise, the first instinct is, oh, I'm going to write you a prescription. Let me get you this pill. Let me pop this pill. You're going to feel good, right? We pop medications for everything. We have headaches, high blood pressure, and then we expect a quick fix. But this is the thing. When we take the pill, you'll be taking that pill forever, right? You continually hoping that it will work. What I find is when people try and move over into teas, tinctures, the natural way of trying to take care of a physical issue, they don't give it time, right? If it doesn't work in 3 to 5 days, they stop taking it. But they'll take this prescription pill for the rest of their life that is giving them other issues, is not solving the problem, is not hitting your pain points, right? But we'll stick with that. But nature we won't stick with for whatever reason, right? So we're taking these pills for headaches, for high blood pressure, expecting these quick fixes. But here's the catch. The medications come with a laundry list of side effects. And they don't address the root cause because they're not wanting to address the root cause, right? They don't want to get you back in alignment, because if you stop going because that medication worked, then they don't get the money that they need. They need a revolving door so that the money keeps flowing, right? So they got to keep bringing you back in. That is the name of the game. And we need to get hip to this, because God has given everything we need. We come from the earth. All that we need is that is in the herbs, that is in the soil, right? Ground your feet in the ground. Get out there into the sun, right? The sun, your vitamin D. Why are we taking vitamin D pills? Now it's going to take a while. You got to get a lot of sun, and we got to be careful with the sun, especially nowadays, because I don't know what's going on with the planet. But I'm just saying there are ways to get what we need from nature, and we need to go back. We were there at once, and all of us came through. I'm here. My mama's here. My grandma did what she did, and when she was here, and her great grandma, they couldn't afford to go to a doctor. These women had to become root workers. And when we say root workers, we're not talking about hoodoo, voodoo, whatever. We're talking about women and men who understood the earth, understood nature, and got out there and discovered what could heal and how to keep you shielded from bad energies, how to keep colds away, all of the things, right? And so we need to get back to that. We have just become so accustomed to instant results. Everybody wants fast, fast. And y'all ain't going nowhere. And if you got it fast, you wouldn't appreciate it anyway. Most of us, we're eating bad, but we say we want to be healthy. We don't want to exercise, but we say we want to be healthy. We're doing all of these things contrary to health, right? So if you did get a cure or whatever, we would just take it for granted and then just be like, oh, I'll go do this because now there's a cure for that. I don't have to worry about that, right? So we have to be careful and check ourselves on how we're living and why we're living the way that we are. And why does everything have to be instant? Why does everything have to be so fast? There is a beauty in slowing down and appreciating where you are and where you're at in the journey, right? So that you can give gratitude for something. Now, teas, like I said, they don't work immediately, but they work. We have been really bad with our bodies for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and we expect a herb to come in and fix it in a day. It's going to take a while because you done tore down some things. So that so those herbs got to go in there and do some hard work, right? So we dismiss it easily as ineffective, but that is not true. It does work, but you have to stay consistent, something that the world struggles with. And I'm going to admit, I struggle with being consistent in certain areas of my life as well. But the first step is to recognize it. Okay. So, hi, I'm Mayaka Anderson, and I struggle with inconsistency. All right. So, we got to recognize it, and then we got to put a plan in place to help us get more consistent in the areas that we may be floundering in. Okay. But like I was saying, we have spent so many years, even decades for some of us, consuming processed food. And y'all, I don't know what they're putting in our food. Y'all eat stuff from your childhood. Have you tried some stuff from your childhood and it don't taste the same? Something ain't right, right? So we have processed food. And then a lot of us have jobs where we sit all day, sedentary lifestyles. And then you're too tired because your job is draining, right? It's mentally draining. And so then you get home and you don't want to move. You just want to sit on the couch or lay in the bed. I struggle with that too. That's another issue because you're not getting your body moving, right? And then you're exposing yourself to stress. Some stress, stress comes with the game. Let's just be honest. Stress is out here everywhere, but you can control the amount of stress by what you allow in your life. And a lot of our stress comes from our family, number one, and number two, our job. And just be mindful, even with your job, you still have some control over what happens and how people treat you. And then if worse comes to worse, you have a choice. While you're working, look for another place that has a healthier environment. Yes, I know it's easier said than done, but it can be done and people do it all the time. Okay? So it's really unrealistic to expect a complete turnaround in a few days, all right, with a cup of tea. That's not going to happen. All right, let's be honest, that's not going to happen. But that does not mean that those herbs are not working. And just because you can't physically see the job that they're doing doesn't mean they're not doing anything. They do take a hold and you will start seeing results, okay? But like I said, slow and steady is the way, okay? And it's so much healthier than those pills. And the pills that we take are the foundation of those pills are herbs. So why not just stick with the herbs? Why do we have to add all of these other things into it when you could just take the herb? It makes no sense. But again, that money, 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 so that's where we're at. Now the patience that you have to have, right? to take tea, especially if you're doing it for health reasons, I want you to understand that healing is a journey and not a destination. You will, if you're on a health journey, you will forever be on a health journey as long as you're here in this realm. It does not end. Just like learning lessons of life that I teach about going within, it never ends. You're going to always be in the classroom of life. There is no graduation point until you transition to another realm, right? So our friends in Africa, Asia, and Britain understand this. They incorporate tea into their daily lives, and they understand this is not a quick fix, but this is their daily lifestyle, so they don't even think about this, right? But as a consistent practice that supports their well-being at the same time, so they understand the health benefits, but they also understand the process, right? Because there's tea ceremonies, there's business agreements over tea, so they understand how important tea is. It is a bonding. It represents a transformation, a coming together. Husband and wife made one, right? So you got the herbs, you have the water, and then they become one, and you have something different, something that looks like liquid gold, right? So that's what we are striving to be in our bodies, liquid gold, the purest form of metal. So we encourage, even though they encourage, I mean, they engage in rigorous outdoor work, a lot of these places, they still make time for tea. Their country still takes time out. They carve time out for themselves, even on the job. Some places shut down the stores for 30, 40 minutes, an hour, and they have tea time and they talk, right? They talk to family, they talk to their neighbors. What a healthy mindset, right? So they honor their bodies and their minds and their spirits when they're sitting with themselves. This is something that the Western society needs to understand, and something we desperately need, because people do not know how to deal with themselves, nor do they know how to love their neighbors. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, how in the world am I going to love somebody else? If I don't respect myself and my body, how in the world am I going to respect someone else? So we struggle in that area big time. Other countries are so far ahead of us when it comes to the mind and the spirit. They really understand how all three aspects of self must come together to be whole and to be balanced. So here we do need to embrace the wisdom, right? Instead of seeking immediate results, let's commit to nurturing our bodies with natural remedies as much as we can, right? Understanding the true meaning of healing, and understanding that healing does take time. It's about building a relationship with our health. People always talk about building a relationship with your money, but what about building a relationship with your health? What about getting to know yourself and building a relationship with self, right? One sip at a time. It's just one sip at a time, loves. Now, one thing I want to say is that our ancestors, they knew the power of earth's offerings, right? Because we always have to thank the earth and the herbs for what they give. Talk to them when you're making your tea. Thank them for the benefits they're about to give. Ask them to give you the wisdom, especially if you have like a tea garden. And you can go cut you a sprig of rosemary to make rosemary tea. Thank that rosemary, for getting ready to give you the benefits, and ask it to give you the wisdom that it has, right? They commune on the land. The herbs understand the land. Using herbs and plants, I have tons, as you can see, I have tons of plants. It's because it heals. It makes the spirit heal. It puts your mind in a different space just to be around them, right? So, and they basically sustain themselves, okay? They do that better outside than in here with me. But over time, okay, we have over time we've just strayed from that which we knew worked. We thought science was better, and science is good in certain areas, but science is not health. It is not nature, in the way that Western society presents it to us, right? There are other options out there, but they don't give us other options. I always tell people you have a choice and a decision. Just because it isn't presented doesn't mean that you can't go look and see if there's another option. A lot of inventions, a lot of other avenues have come to us, opened our eyes, because somebody has said, oh, this isn't the only way you can get there. I can get there if I go left instead of going right, right? So we have to understand there's more than one way to peel a banana. I don't want to say skincare. Okay. Peel a banana. So we have strayed for this because we put our trust in the healthcare system. And I'm going to tell you, the healthcare system, it's gangster. And if you don't know how to maneuver that bad boy, the doctors are gangster. There's some stuff going on that you don't understand. I was in the medical field for 28 years. I done seen it all, heard it all. So there's some stuff that goes on in the healthcare system. And let me tell you, the healthcare system isn't about your health. Them jokers don't care. And it's getting less and less people who are going into healthcare wanting to help. Before, there was, you get nurses and doctors who truly wanted to help you, truly wanted to listen, doing the best that they can. Now, a lot of people get in it for the money. And because the healthcare, you can make a really good living. You work really hard, but you could make a really good living, and a lot of people go that route. And so you're thinking that they're caring about you, but I'm going to tell you, as the years go on, that's not true. In the years I was in there, I saw a lot of changes as far as mindsets and the reasons people became doctors or nurses or CNAs or MAs or whatever, right? You got to get that money to survive. Everything is about the money on the Western side. So placing your trust in the healthcare system, I'm just going to let you know that profits are always prioritized over genuine healing. Bottom line. And there's no way around that. And I don't care what anybody says. Profits is number one. They want their money. You run me my coins. That's what the hospital is saying. That's what the clinic's saying. Yeah, and a lot of people go bankrupt or one check away from going bankrupt. And most of the time, research says it's because of hospital bills. You get sick, something happens where you have to you're out of work, a car crash, whatever, and you are down and out, them bills stack up. Not only do the hospital bills stack up, but now your bills at home are stacking up. And now you find yourself in a hole that's almost impossible to get out of. And it's really sad that it happens that way, because there are other ways that we could do our health care to help support not only health, but support the way that we live so that you would not lose out on these things or find yourself in a desperate situation because now money isn't flowing in and now you're bankruptcy. Now you got credit people calling you about this, and you're not feeling good, right? And you're not feeling good, or you have cancer, and you're fighting cancer, or your wife or your husband is dying, your child is dying, and now you got to deal with these credit people in the hospital calling you, and they have no empathy. They do not care. Run them their coins. That's all they understand when they call to talk to you. So be prepared. Make sure that you get insurance or you do the best to take care of your body, right? Because tomorrow isn't promised. It may look a totally different tomorrow in your life. You just never know. So let's talk about the tea ritual. Okay, let's move to something nicer, a little better than what I was just talking about, because I could go on and on with this healthcare system thing. So I know you're wondering, how can you start? Where to begin incorporating tea into your daily routine? This is the thing. Choose varieties of tea that resonate with you, whether it's black tea, green tea, herbal, oolong, rooibos, whatever it is, whatever resonates with you. Like, I can't take green tea. My dad can't take it. I have a daughter that can't take it. It just does something to our system for some reason. But I love black tea. I love herbal tea, oolong and rooibos, depending on what the mixture is. Very good teas. And then take a moment each day to just prepare and enjoy your tea, allowing it to be a time of reflection and connection with who? With you. Get to know you again. Y'all take off those masks. Look at yourself in the mirror. Have a conversation. Find out what's really going on inside you. And when you do that, you'll find out why your life looks the way it does. Okay? So, also, when you wake up in the morning, when you get ready to drink your tea, check in with you. How do you feel? Do you feel a little sluggish? You might want some black tea, right? To get you, perk you up and get your focus. Is your stomach hurting a little bit? You're having an uneasy tummy. Maybe you want to have some mint tea, right? A herbal mint tea to help you ease your whatever you ate last night, digestion, and make you refreshed at the same time, but also help you with your tummy ailments. Okay, so check in with yourself, find out what your body needs at the time, and then choose your tea according to your mindset, your body, and your spirit. Remember, this isn't all about a quick fix. It's about embracing the practice over time that can lead to profound changes in your mind, your body, and your spirit, your whole well being, right? Because this is a holistic practice. We're touching all parts of you, right? So let's learn from our friends across the globe and make tea a cherished part of our lives. Set aside a time when you come home from work or early in the morning if you got to get up 15. I know that I'm not a morning person, so, but if you are, if you can get up 10, 15 minutes beforehand just to carve out a little time. Maybe you got a journal and you got your tea next to you, and then you write how you want your day to go. Or how you feel when you woke up this morning, or even if you have a dream journal, you have your tea and then you write your what you dreamt about in your journal, right? Y'all know about them dream journals. Okay, so grandmama and them had dream journals. Them dreams tell you stuff. Okay, so we do want to get in touch with ourselves. That's the whole reason me and my husband started Rooted Vines, to really have people understand that it is important. Self-care is not just getting your hair done, your nails done, taking a bath. Those are all great things, but self-care is checking in with self, being real with self, questioning self so that you can get to that next level. Getting your nails, going out to brunch and all that, that's all fine. That's surface stuff. That's surface stuff. But we got to go within, right? The kingdom is within. The keys are in there. You got to go in there and get the keys, all the tools that you need to be prosperous, healthy, balanced, harmonious. All of that is within you. But if you don't take the time because you're too busy chasing what the world tells you to chase, you'll miss your blessings that's been sitting with you the whole time. The whole reason you're here, right? So we miss out on those things. So I hope that you learned a little bit about tea and why we do what we do here at Rooted Vines. I really enjoyed talking to you today. I hope that you join us again for our next video. And as always, family, listen, I pray whatever you seek and you desire in this realm, it is seeking and desiring you. All right, family, I'll see you next time.